Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. Boy, what a beautiful fall day. It was like 70 today. So it's like, what is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. Okay, getting right into this. So the last time you'll see me having some pity for Donald Trump. Oh, there's a firefly here. Sorry about that. There's a fly in my screen. Firefly. Okay, so, Trump was tested positive for COVID, and it was touch and go. He wasn't feeling well. Went to the hospital. Turns out, I guess he's doing okay, a lot better. I mean, he could still be in trouble, right? That's what the doctors say. But anyway, he seems to be out of the woods. But for a couple of days, I did a video. Here it is. Let me just bring it up. And it was called, what I titled, "It's Not Hatred for Trump Anymore, It's Just Pity. Trump is just a sad, pathetic man." And I did a video. Well, here's a little bit of it. Pity. I used to think, like, oh my God, I just wish this fucking guy, what I wanted ultimately was for him over the past 4 years, for him to be impeached and put in fucking jail for life. I just fucking had this intense hatred for him. And, I don't feel that anymore. I feel pity for him. Okay. Ever since he got... And then, like, some of the comments were pretty funny. I got like 10 comments here. And so Asit Atal, I'm butchering his name, but he says, "Pity? Never. After all the damage he has done to America." No, the world, never, right? Here's another person, Aubrey Daniels. "I cannot pity anyone who lacks empathy for others, and Trump completely lacks empathy. He is no less deplorable today than he was before he got COVID. Although I do agree 100% that Trump is a sad, pathetic, small man with a low IQ. And here's someone else. "I doubt if I'll ever feel the prematureness." This is, by the way, this is from Marty Grassi Adalias. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing it. But it says, "No, I doubt if I'll ever feel the prematureness, Tabor, to pity a predator like Trump. It'd be like pitying a bear after wounding it and thinking it good enough as dead. That critter could still turn around and maul you dead. Please save your pity for the millions he's wounded." Right, totally agree. So, coming up here, I'm going to play a clip from the David Pakman Show. So, Trump had this interview with Fox, and he's fucking out of his mind. So, first of all, you would think a guy like face to face with death would be a little bit nicer. And all of a sudden he's saying, like, if Biden should happen to win, I'd give him maybe 2 months to live with his frail hands and that old man. Like, wow, dude, you are fucked up. All right, so watch this. I'm going to play this clip. And then he gets into Hillary. What the fuck? What is it with this guy? He's completely nuts. Watch this from David Pakman.
Our interview that Donald Trump did with Fox Business host Maria Bartiromo this morning. The big news from this interview was that Donald Trump will not debate Joe Biden next week as of right now, because the Commission on Presidential Debates decided it would be a virtual debate. Trump doesn't want it. That was the sort of big headline. But as this interview went on, Donald Trump was making less and less sense, shouting things out that had nothing to do with what Maria Bartiromo was asking about, and once again raising the question about, is Trump manic because of his use of dexamethasone? Is Trump simply desperate because his polling has imploded? Does Trump think yelling about Hillary on Fox News will help his poll numbers? We don't know the answers to any of these questions, but I'm going to give you a small sampling of what went on here. But what is abundantly clear is this is not a well person. Here, Donald Trump claims that he recovered from coronavirus so quickly because he's a perfect physical specimen, and then they just start talking over each other, they being Donald Trump and the interviewer, Maria Bartiromo.
Tell me how you felt, what you went through. It's amazing to me that you're back in such strong form right now. How did that happen? You've been talking about Regeneron. Eli Lilly and Regeneron want FDA approval for emergency use at this point. Are they going to get it?
They're going to get it. Yeah, they're going to get it. I'm back because I'm a perfect physical specimen, and I'm extremely young. And so I'm lucky in that way. And seriously,
what were your symptoms?
I don't have heart problems. I don't have diabetes. I don't have any of the problems that you read about. Perhaps a couple of pounds we could lose here and there, but, there's a lot of people in that category. But no, I'm in good health, and I'm, look, what happens is if you're anywhere around this thing, you can catch it.
And there's the big realization. Trump finally understands contagion. Isn't that amazing? If you're around it anywhere, if it's anywhere around you, you can catch it. It's like 7 or 8 months since this started. And Trump finally understands if someone with the virus is anywhere around you, you might catch the virus. An incredible learning experience for Trump, hasn't it been? Trump on the Joe Biden town hall, I guess, that Joe Biden did with Lester Holt a few days ago. Trump very angry about it, but it's not totally clear what he's talking about here.
NBC disaster where he went on the show with Lester Holt. It was like it was meant for a child. It wasn't meant for a grown person. He gets up and he says, we're not fracking. We're not fracking. He was fracking for 6 months. He was fracking. He was raising his very thin hand, and he was fracking. And now all of a sudden he's not fracking. Well, tell the Pennsylvania people that you're going, it's ridiculous. He said he's not fracking.
Raising his very thin hand. It's not even possible to guess what this man is talking about here. Trump then accuses China of putting a curse on the United States. Take a listen to this.
It wasn't our workers' fault. It wasn't our airlines' fault that China did this terrible thing to us, and I will not be forgetting about that. China did this. This was all done by China. And we shouldn't be hurting our workers because China put the curse on, because this was a horrible scourge, a horrible thing that they did.
So the virus went from a biological agent released by a Chinese lab months ago. That was their idea months ago. Now it's simply a curse. So sort of going from a conspiracy to the occult. Trump then calls for Barack Obama and Joe Biden to be indicted for crimes, which of course he can never enumerate.
Unless Bill Barr indicts these people for crimes, the greatest political crime in the history of our country, then we're going to get little satisfaction unless I win, and we'll just have to go, because I won't forget it. But these people should be indicted. This was the greatest political crime in the history of our country, and that includes Obama, and it includes Biden. These are people that spied in my campaign, and we have everything. Now they say they have much more, okay? And I say, Bill?
Notice that Donald Trump still, after all these months of saying, biggest political crime in history, we caught them, we have all the evidence, Obama and Biden did it to me. Donald Trump still isn't able to tell us exactly what laws were broken, exactly what crimes Barack Obama and Joe Biden committed. But when you talk about my political enemies should be indicted, that's something we're used to hearing from other countries, but not so much from ours, except under Donald Trump. Then Trump bizarrely says he's killed terrorists who are bigger names than Osama bin Laden. It's all, what, celebrity fetishism with Trump? Take a listen to this.
We have the greatest troops in the world. I wiped out 100% of the ISIS caliphate. I killed Soleimani. I killed al-Baghdadi. Names that everybody, bigger names than Osama bin Laden. Al-Baghdadi founded ISIS.
Everything is hyperbole. Everything is superlative with this guy. Bigger names than Osama bin Laden. It's always been about, can I do more? Can I do it better? Can I do it bigger than Barack Obama? And then it really got wacky, Trump reacting to last night's vice presidential debate between Mike Pence, and Kamala Harris. And Trump says of Kamala, she is a communist. And then with no shred of sarcasm or joking at all, says that Joe Biden wouldn't make it 2 months as president. Seems like he's talking health-wise.
Industry here. What was your reaction to the debate? What wasn't said that you would have liked to come out? And where do you think the most striking moments were?
I thought that wasn't even a contest last night. She was terrible. She was, I don't think you could get worse, and totally unlikable. And she is. She's a communist. She's left of Bernie. She's rated left of Bernie by everybody. She's a communist. We're going to have a communist, and she's going to be, in my opinion, within a month. Look, I stood next to Joe, and I looked at Joe. Joe's not lasting 2 months as president. Okay, that's my opinion.
Joe Biden won't last 2 months, says Donald Trump, of course, without any evidence. And remember, Trump is the one that's sick right now, and that came up as well. On the issue of Trump having coronavirus, Trump says he hasn't been tested for coronavirus recently, but that he is essentially very clean, he says.
Out of the Senate hearing that he was supposed to do. Mr. President, I know you have to go. Just to recap, you're not going to do the next debate because it's virtual. You're feeling good. I know I want to make sure that the audience understands you're feeling good. Have you been tested recently? Can you tell us anything else about
I'll
your
be tested
condition?
very soon, but I'm essentially very clean. They say it's over a period of 6-7 days. And it was an amazing thing happened to me. I just went in and I didn't feel good. And that's okay. I expect it at some point because I'm out there. I've got to be a leader. I can't, Winston Churchill didn't sit in his basement for 6 months. I got a lot of things doing.
I'm essentially very clean. Famous last words from Donald Trump. One really wild thing as Maria Bartiromo tries to end the interview. This is wild. Trump yells out of nowhere, "Why hasn't Hillary Clinton been indicted?" He just yells it out of nowhere.
Okay, so there you go. Absolutely bizarre. There's a couple more minutes to that interview with the David Pakman clip. I'm going to put it in the comments section. So fucked up, and I'm never going to pity this guy. My wife said, why? It's kind of silly. Like, she goes, I hope the fucking guy dies, and I'm not that harsh, but I just want him out of office. All right. Good friends, good books, and sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. 24 more days.